So today is my fourth attempt at dramatic music featherbed rolls. My first attempt ended up being more like flatbread. My second attempt baked too long and too hot. And my third attempt was still baked too hot. This attempt ought to do it. So here I have the necessary ingredients. We have 3 grams of yeast, because my yeast packages come in 3-gram packages, in about 65 milliliters of warm water. So as you see, it is happy. It has bloomed. And with that, we will have, let's see, a tablespoon of sugar, a little less than half a teaspoon of salt. It's supposed to be 1/3 teaspoon of salt, but I don't have a 1/3 teaspoon, so we're kind of hoping for the best there. Let me see here. Okay, this is our egg substitute, because this recipe does not call for much eggs. So this is a half teaspoon of baking soda and a half tablespoon of vinegar, and it sure bubbled up nicely when it did that. Before I add it, I will stir it up again. And for our flour, we have about 86 grams of ordinary flour. And to that, we're going to have to add melted butter. So, the fun thing is it's a really simple recipe. Which is the reason I'm capable of following it. Okay, butter. I'm now going to challenge my IH cooker. Put it on warm at the lowest setting. Apparently this is not going to work. All right, Watson, let's see if this works. I'm not going to hope much hope, but la di da di da di da di da. It's melting. So this is on the warm setting at 70 degrees. And the warm setting is warm. All right, so while that's melting, so here we are. And it does actually have an order for this. So step 1, sugar, egg, and salt. Well, sugar. Hello, sugar. Why am I saying blah, blah, blah? Because I have an ability to spill things. That is not helped by the fact that I don't have my tiny tipped spoon. Where the bleep are you? Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stir this up first. There we go. Whee! Oh, the butter's almost ready. And the presumably close to 2/3 teaspoon of salt. Or 1/3 teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's mixed in. Okay, and turn off the cooker. Haha. All right. We do not want to heat the dough. Yep, you can see the dough. There's the dough. There's the hand. There we go. Yeah. So first you put in the dough and then you add the melted sugar. Double check. Yep. Dough, Look at all that. I was going to make a fairly liquid dough. What did I say? Stir in the dough. Stir in the flour to make the dough. Ooh, look at that. Nope, 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 nope. We are not having that. Nope, nope, nope. There. Look at that. It's already dough. Dough, dough, dough. Nope. Nope. Okay. Dope, 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 dope. Dope, 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 dope. Nope, 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 nope. Haha, thank you. Unplug. Yep, okay. It's looking pretty doughy, which, as far as I'm concerned, means it's time to add the butter. Butter, 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 butter. All right, butter. Melted butter. I hope the fact that the butter is hot is all right, because it is hot. All right. This would probably be the time to add in any flavorings, but I'm currently just working on producing featherbed rolls. Oh, look at that. All right, I think I'm doing well there. Rub, 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 dub, dubby, freaking man in a tubby. And I'm following a fairly bare minimum recipe, so all right. Now, the next step is to leave it in a pleasantly warm place. I have oiled this, because this is going to be the baking pot. Okay. There are errors in this system, namely that I don't have a proper tang. These aren't going to be round, these are going to be a little And according to general things, they're supposed to be cooked so close together that they sort of stick together, and then you have to pull them apart when they're finished. And ideally also, I should measure these instead of eyeball them, but I just don't have the bandwidth for it right now. Okay. Boop. Okay. You're supposed to double in size before I bake them at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. I say that because last time I tried 190 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. And the cookbook recommends lowering the temperature, not shortening the time. So that's what's going to happen. I gotta say, I kind of feel like the rising temperature is closer to a near bake, but look at this. So what I can't figure out is why my lighting seems to be pinkish. This is actually quite white. You'd think it was mashed potatoes.